Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Yesterday, we dropped the bomb that Keir has blocked Andy Burnham from running as a candidate in the by-election for Altrincham and Sale West. And let's be real, the reason's pretty clear. Keir sees Andy Burnham as someone who could actually challenge his spot and maybe even take over the whole leadership of the Labour Party. Now, when Keir Starmer gets cornered about stuff like this, he always tries to polish it up and make it sound reasonable. But once the news host starts pressing harder, losing her patience a bit, that's when you can see Keir squirming, dodging questions left and right. It's almost like watching someone try to talk their way out of quicksand. We're diving straight into that messy interview and breaking it all down in today's video. So before we get into it, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more updates.
Yeah, but be very clear about that. We have really important elections already across England for local councils, very important elections in Wales for the government there, and very important elections in Scotland for the Scottish government. That will affect millions of people, and we're out campaigning on the cost of living, and they're very important elections. We need all of our focus on those elections. Andy Burnham's doing a great job as the Mayor of Manchester. But having an election for the Mayor of Manchester, when it's not necessary, would divert our resources away from the elections that we must have and that we must fight and win. And resources, whether that's money or people, need to be focused on the elections that we must have, not elections that we don't have to have. And that was the basis of the NEC decision.
A lot of your MPs are really upset with you. They think it's cowardly. They think you're running scared because you're worried about a leadership challenge. Can you just address them and tell them your answer to that charge?
Millions of people will be better off if we have the continuation of a Labour government in Wales, and if we're able to win the government in Scotland and retain and win councils across England. That's really important. I think we're all united on that. The question is, how do we keep our focus there? And if we introduce elections that we don't need to have in Manchester, that would take money from the party, resource, campaigning, that won't otherwise go to Wales and Scotland and the elections that we do have. And I think for the party, they know that for millions of people, we have the opportunity to improve their lives in these elections, and we all need to be focused on that.
Prime Minister, but it's not just about that. Please level with them, because it's not just about that. It's also about the political drama that this is causing around a potential leadership challenge, isn't it? Let's just have it out and answer that question, please.
Well, the rule that we introduced in relation to these situations was introduced by the Labour Party 2 years ago. We introduced a rule which said that if you already hold a post, an elected post, then you need permission to fight, let's say, a parliamentary election. That's nothing to do with this set of circumstances. Andy Burnham's doing a really great job. I've actually, when I came into politics in 2015, the first thing I did was support Andy Burnham's leadership campaign. First team I worked in was for Andy Burnham, and in the job he's doing now, he and I work closely together. Last year, in sad circumstances, we had to respond together to the attack in a synagogue in Manchester, standing side by side, reassuring the community. This year, with the Northern Powerhouse Rail, we're working together to deliver something that matters to Andy Burnham, to the region, to millions of people. And so there's no question of me and Andy not working very well together. He's doing an excellent job. The question the NEC had to address was whether we should take the focus away, which it would have done, from the elections in Wales, in Scotland, and the elections we must have, by introducing an election which we don't have to have. And 2 years ago, the Labour Party changed the rules to say the presumption is really against doing that, because we need to fight where we must fight.
Can you really believe a single word of that fluff he's putting out there? Keir Starmer is acting like he suddenly cares about local elections, talking about making sure millions of people vote. Come on, that's just a front. Let's not forget, he was the same guy who gave about 64 local councils the option to delay their elections if they wanted to. And guess what? Most of those councils were Labour-run. Now he's out here trying to play hero, saying, we need to make sure millions of people have their say. Yeah, right. It's all talk, no action. Here's what's really going on. Starmer knows his party is falling apart from the inside. He knows the radical left inside Labour wants him gone, and honestly, it's not just them. Even the softer left, the ones who aren't extreme but still lean that way, are fed up with him. If we're being real, most Labour MPs, aside from his inner circle, probably want him out too. And don't be fooled, Starmer isn't stupid. He might come across like he doesn't have a clue sometimes, but he's sharp when it comes to protecting his own seat. It's like a turkey voting for Christmas. He's not about to let someone replace him and take his power away. Every move he makes is calculated. That's why the NEC decision is so interesting. Notice how he keeps dropping that term. NEC. The National Executive Committee is stacked with his allies, people who will back him no matter what. That's where the real game is being played, behind closed doors. And Starmer's holding all the cards. The only one who stood against it was Lucy Powell. Everyone else on that committee was handpicked by him. He stacked it with his own allies so they'd vote the way he wanted. And now he's pretending the decision wasn't really his. Please, it was absolutely his call, no question about it. This has nothing to do with the Manchester mayor position like he's trying to spin it. It's about control, plain and simple. He saw the plot forming and shut it down fast. And honestly, if you look at it from his side, some people might even understand why he did it. If you're the leader and most of your party's turning against you, why would you open the door for someone who could take your spot? In that sense, it's actually a pretty smart move. He's protecting his power, just like any politician would when they feel the walls closing in. But here's the issue. He never owns up to it. Instead of being real and saying, yeah, I made that choice because I don't want chaos in my party, he hides behind excuses and acts like his hands are clean. It's the pretending that gets people riled up. He's clearly running scared, trying to keep his grip tight before someone else knocks him off his throne. Now, let me be clear. I don't stand here pretending to like Keir Starmer, and I've said that plenty of times. But at the same time, I've also said I wouldn't want Andy Burnham stepping into that spot either. Funny enough, Starmer's move actually ended up working out in favour of the right-wing crowd, because if Andy Burnham had been allowed to run, he probably would have taken the Gordon Denton seat easily. That area's a Labour stronghold through and through. The projection polls even backed that up. They showed that if Burnham ran, Labour would almost certainly secure that win. But now that he's been blocked, things are looking totally different. Word is, they're putting in some other candidate. People are even whispering that it's a DEI hire, whatever that's supposed to mean. And if that's the case, Reform could actually walk away with the victory this time. That's a big shake-up, and definitely a boost for the right. So yeah, I'm not totally against Keir's decision from a strategy point of view, but what gets me is how he just can't ever be straight about it. Instead of saying, yeah, I made that call because it made sense politically, he plays it off like he's some kind of moral champion, pretending he's all about facilitating local elections. Come on, man, we all see through that act. You don't care about local elections, you care about keeping your power safe. And here's where things start getting even more interesting. The public's catching on, and the reaction's been wild. People are calling out Keir Starmer all over social media, saying he's trying to control everything from the shadows. Some are saying he's scared of anyone who could actually lead better than him. And honestly, it's starting to look that way. Meanwhile, Andy Burnham's keeping it calm in public, acting like he's not bothered, but behind the scenes. You just know this must sting. He's been putting in work for Manchester, building his name and popularity, and now he's being shut down by his own party leader. That's cold. There's already talk that this move might push Burnham to make his own power play later down the line, and that could shake Labour to its core. What's funny is that Starmer thinks this decision keeps him safe, but it might do the opposite. When you block someone that popular, it fires up their supporters even more. The whispers are getting louder. People are saying there's a real divide forming inside Labour. one that could explode before the next general election. And through all of this, Starmer's still out there smiling for the cameras, talking about unity and focus on the people. It's almost theatrical at this point. You can tell he's trying hard to hold that image together, but the cracks are showing. The truth is, this drama's far from over, and the next move, whether it's from Burnham or Starmer, could flip everything upside down. Man, Keir Starmer's really showing his true colours now. You can see it plain as day. The way he's moving, the control, the silencing, it's giving straight-up dictator vibes. People aren't blind. We see exactly what's happening here. He's out here, acting like he's all about democracy, but then turns around and blocks voices, shuts down opposition, and controls who gets a shot at leadership. That's not leadership. That's power hoarding, plain and simple. And let's get one thing straight. Don't let certain parts of the media twist it up and try to paint others as the danger to democracy. What Starmer's doing right now, manipulating local elections and shutting out anyone who disagrees, that's what real suppression looks like. It's wild watching him talk about freedom while quietly tightening his grip behind the scenes. But hey, what do you guys think about all this? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Do you think Reform's got a shot at winning Gorton and Denton now that Andy Burnham's out? And are you disappointed he's not coming back to Parliament, or do you think it's for the best? Make sure to hit that like, subscribe and share if you enjoyed this breakdown. Drop a comment with your take and I'll be reading through them all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.